This is Charlie, and this is Barb. And the three of us are going to be playing some songs for you, telling you some stories, letting us get really deep and emotional, and then just have a good time together. And if you're ready, I think I'm going to pass it to the lovely Barbe McMillen of the Dallas Songwriters Association to kick us off tonight. Barb, are you ready?
Hello everybody, and thanks for coming out. Well, I'm going to go way back. I'm going to start way back, and there's a song that I co-wrote with Richard Tyson, and this was one of my first album. I did an EP before I actually did this album, which was entitled Barbe, and so Richard produced this album, and I wrote some of the songs on it. Studio when we were writing this song, we had a deja vu experience. I can hear the rhythm of their feet. I can see the dancing fire before me. Dancers passing, lovely dark-eyed women like me. I can see my vision now for me. Gypsy memory, fortunes unfold in the past like the door. Gypsy memory, they won't let me go. Gypsy memory, they linger all day long in my soul. Gypsy memory, I'll never let go. The wind is blowing gently through my mind. Melodies of yesterdays behind me. Promises were never broken. Only words of love were spoken. I can hear them echo in my sleep. Gypsy memories, they linger all day long in my soul. Gypsy memories, they won't let me go. Gypsy memories, they linger all day long in my soul. Gypsy memories, they never let go.
That was beautiful. So you said when you were writing it in the studio, does that mean that you went into the studio to write the song and recorded it the same day?
Well, I had written the verses to the song, but it didn't have a chorus to it. So then when I went into the studio, Richard came up with the chord changes for the chorus, and we wrote the chorus together.
Gotcha.
And we talked about the song and what it meant, and our experience. Our experience was that we'd been in another life before gypsies, and so we talked about that, and the fire and the dancing and where our music came from, and so I guess maybe the chord changes came out of that Spanish chord progression
Yeah.
in the chorus.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you came in with a melody in mind as the verses, and you set everything else together. That's beautiful. I love a good collaboration.
I like to co-write.
Yeah.
Did you do co-writing?
Ooh, let's talk some about co-writing. I'd love to hear about Charlie's process too. But I think for me, co-writing was super scary because I started writing songs young, you know. And the first time I co-wrote, I had been put together with somebody who was a much more experienced songwriter than I was. And I made the mistake of Googling them, like you do. And I read their long list of accomplishments. And so I was absolutely petrified by the time I logged onto the Zoom call. I was like, this is so bad. I'm so unqualified for this. This is going to be terrifying. They've written for half the people that I actually listen to. I know their actual albums. And I was so nervous that I just started talking to them. And we had a really great conversation. And then we started to write a song, and that made it so much easier.
Yeah, that's the best way. I mean, really, you know, when I first started co-writing, this was really my first co-write, this song. Was my first co-write. And I was thinking that too, that what did I have to bring, you know, to the table? And still even today, when I co-write with people, I think, well, you know, does somebody really want to co-write with me? What do I bring to the table, you know?
So much experience.
But it's not only that. It's like you have to make friends. You have to be. You have to talk and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you know, it's a dating experience, sort of. You know.
Yeah. I told somebody once that co-writing a song is like getting emotionally linked with someone.
That's right.
And in hindsight, I should have considered my word choice more. You know, I should have maybe not started with the awkward phrasing. But I stand by it though. That is kind of how it feels. Yeah.
But I was really lucky because Richard and I were already friends, and he was my husband's best friend.
Oh.
And so, and my husband was the engineer in the studio and the other producer.
Yeah.
So it was really comfortable situation to do the co-writing. He did a lot of co-writing on that first album of mine, and it was really a good experience. And so it really, it gave me a good start, you know, in co-writing.
That's beautiful. So would recommend.
Yeah.
Awesome. Charlie, do you co-write?
I've only done it once.
Ooh, tell us about your co-writing experience.
We have very different tastes in music, so it didn't work out as well as I'd like to have done it. But I usually write alone. I'll get the chords and then sing until I like the lyrics, and then possibly write them.
Oh, all right. So it's all like free-flowing.
Yeah.
And organic. I love it. What do you want for us? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage. Charlie.
I have a song. It's called Orange Midnight. The story behind it is I was in a decently long-term relationship, as one is, and you just let things go on too long, and you feel unwelcome, but you don't. You've been so vulnerable that you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing that alone anymore. And this song kind of captured how I felt in that moment, and just deciding, oh, it's okay, I'll do it alone. And I sang it to that stranger over there in a park, and it ended up sending me to perform my first show, introducing me to Emmeline to do this one. And so I'm glad I don't have to do it alone, but that's where this one started. It's time for orange midnight. Was in the world in sparkling wine. We fill up our bellies for nothing but time. There's an emptiness waiting as if it's alive. It's my beige spotlight. Didn't mean much till it was all mine. I would take myself dancing. I'll wait for the ending. I'll sing, you would do it with silence where you left me. I'm fine, just waiting on time. I tried, and nothing is mine. It's our chance to learn. I held you closer than we ever. Running circles, lost in what is. I sang the night, looking for you, and I cried. I can't see, singing out something free, and I'm saying do it with silence where you left me. I don't understand where you come, wedding bells on my home. I'm saying no to the right on the shows. I'll sing do it. I do. Thank you.
This is such a beautiful example of how sometimes a song needs you exactly where you need to go. Even if it's a sad song, you know? Well, how are you guys doing? We're a couple songs in now, opening up. How are you feeling?
Awesome.
How are you feeling out to that? So my name is Emmeline. The reason that we have this whole show is I have a podcast radio show on Deep Ellum Radio called Journey to Song. It started in COVID where I got to have conversations with songwriters just like this. And then I thought, you know what, it would be really cool if we could do this live. And that way you don't have to depend on me to ask questions for you. You can just ask any questions that you have. And we don't have to just deep dive into one song. You can hear lots of different songs. This is also a sort of, it's a breakup song that led to something new, which is so often the way it works, right? You get an ending that leads to a beginning. There's a bit of a groove to it at the end, so if you feel like dancing, you should. Awkwardly in your chair. If you don't feel like dancing yet, they sell alcohol.
Wait, do we have a cabaret license in here?
If you just feel like sitting back and listening, you can watch me awkwardly dance up here by myself. But yeah, this is a song about, I think you talk about kind of going gracefully, right? Being like, fine, I'll do it alone. I am less graceful at the ends sometimes. And I pride myself on being a fighter. And the song is about knowing when to
That sounded pretty graceful.
Oh, thank you. You know, I think that's the beautiful thing about a song, right? It's like a song can make even the ugliest moment in your life seem kind of beautiful in hindsight. It's like the perfect illustration of meaning and madness. Barb, what do you have for us?
All right, I'm going to go back to talk a little bit about the culture of Nashville and songwriting. And this next song I'm going to do, I started out with a hook idea, and which is the hook in the title. It's called Borrowed in Blue. And I thought, well, that's a great title, and so I need to write a story about it. So I wrote the song with a male in mind to sing, because in Nashville at the time that most of the singers on the radio were males, and also there were, at the time there was a culture where a lot of singers like George Strait and Randy Travis, they didn't write their own songs, so you could actually pitch songs as songwriters and maybe get a cut on an album or whatever. So I wrote this song, Borrowed in Blue, about a guy who was the girl's best friend, and I'm getting a little bit of ring, I think, in my vocal mic, about the girl's best friend, who, a male, but who was going to be borrowed to give her away at her wedding to someone else. And so the male publishers in Nashville said, no, that'll never work. Nobody will ever sing that. That's not a good story. You know, I don't buy it as a man. It'll never happen. Well, of course, you know, 10 years later, Patrick Dempsey was in a movie, you know, that was the same, you know, about the same thing, same story. But that's water under the bridge. So I rewrote the story from a woman's point of view, so I could sing it, you know, so I could sing it out at the songwriter showcases and stuff like that. So that's what this song is about. It's a waltz. Waltzes, nobody writes waltzes anymore, but at one time, everybody had at least one waltz on their album, because in the country dance halls, people love to do waltzes. So you always, when you were doing albums, we don't do albums anymore, but when you, so everybody had to have one waltz, at least one waltz on your album for the country dance halls. So this is the waltz called Barbe McMillen. Surrounded by a crowd of my friends and family, stands a man singing with a heart that is breaking, since he first found out about me. She was his girl for a month or more, of kisses and dances till 2. And she left him without knowing, bound to see that was growing into the girl here before you. Walk down the aisle before us, wedding march in chorus. After all of this time, it was worth it to find funny thing about that song is it's a story that I made up, but it later became true after I wrote it. Because my son found out that he had a daughter he never knew about. So it was crazy.
That is fun.
Yeah, I got to sing that song to her.
So you're secretly psychic.
We were happy to, yeah, we were happy to find her.
You don't just get music. If you come up later, Barbe will read your poem. And so you know what's going to happen in your life.
I have done that before in my
Have you
life.
really?
I have been a gypsy at a Halloween party before.
Did you read poems?
I read poems.
Did it come true?
I had a line out the door, and people were coming out of that room saying, "God, she got me." I you know.
I love that we can still learn new things about everybody here. That's so awesome. So what you're telling me is that that's our post-show party, right? You're gonna sit and you're just gonna read poems.
That's right.
Excellent.
Post
You heard it here.
I'll read your poem.
Just come up to Barbe. She'll tell you your future. I love it. That's beautiful. Charlie, take it away. Do you have a song about seeing the future? About seeing the future.
About seeing the future. It's more about not wanting to see it.
Ooh, a twist. Tell us more.
With my family, I see a lot of resemblance between my interests, the path I take, and I see how they turned out. And in a lot of ways, as I watch myself grow, I see the similarities come too close. And so sometimes I'd like to ignore it, but I still hold tight to all the nostalgia that comes along with family. I'm not entirely attached to it now. So it's an interesting, I see the future, I see where I could go, where I am going. I actively ignore it, tell myself to live in the moment. So this is more upbeat. I wrote the beginning run, and I wanted to run with it. I just thought it was so fun. I hold this flower to the rivers. It's up to sound, but then toast. I forgot to get up. I didn't see the place, so I didn't get to. So I'm a star, darling, and I'm never. I'm another quiet lightning. I'm a star, darling, and I'm another quiet lightning. Coffee colored outline. I didn't make it for you this time. Silence, waiting. Must have been sweating butter.
I love it. I don't know if you guys ever do this, or if you people out there ever get amused by yourself, but I feel like that's the best gift as a songwriter, is when you write a line that you're like, oh, that's funny. Ooh, I'm gonna try and combine, like, waltzes and family. How's that? And I'll tell you guys a little story. This is with friends, right? We're a couple songs into this round. How are you guys feeling out there? You feeling friendly? Excellent. Love it. So, I think that there's this myth that chick singers only write breakup songs, right? That that's our job, is to get scorned and then to write about it. And dress up in really fancy outfits and then sing about how scorned we were. And I think that does, though, is we know the beginning of relationships really well because we see it in the movies, you know? You see that moment where they fall in love with each other, and there's a big montage, and you're like, yes! So you start to recognize, you see somebody across the room, and you're like, this is gonna be it. This is it. This is when the string section swells and the montage starts. You know, we go on a bunch of dates, and Liz Fair, someone in the background is going, why can't I breathe? Whatever. And then when the end starts to happen, you know it. Sometimes you fight it, and sometimes you're like, no, it's fine. This will be my torture poets. But I had kind of a crisis 6 months into my relationship because I realized it wasn't going to end, and I didn't really know what to do with that. So I called my best friend, and I was like, so I know how to break up with people, and I know how to start a relationship. I don't know what to do if it doesn't end. Like, what happens? And she was like, you choose each other over and over. And I was like, that sounds depressingly logical. And also like a song. So this song is about that. And I think, increasingly it's not just about romantic partners, right? Sometimes it's co-workers who we choose over and over again. Sometimes it's friends in our lives who we choose over and over in the moments of sanity and in moments of insanity. But yeah, this song is about the depressingly logical, beautifully romantic notion of choosing people to love over and over again. It's called Underside. It goes like this. More water under the bridge means we've got more room. But I'm at no loss for illusion when it comes to I'll talk myself into when I'm out of anything. 1 second I'll let you forever. The next So Barb, sometimes people do still write waltzes. So sometimes people do still write waltzes.
Yeah. Well, is that a waltz or is it a 6/8?
It's a waltz. 1, 2, 3,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3,
You can do
4.
it in 6/8, yeah. I don't know. I guess it depends on how you interpret your accents.
It's good. I've written a few 6/8 songs now.
Yeah.
I moved on from waltzes to 6/8.
Yeah.
But you know, right now I want to do a song that I wrote when I was in a band, and we were doing a lot of country music, and we were touring, and we were also playing parties, convention parties here in Dallas as a country band. And so during that time, we would do a lot of covers of the current country songs, and then the classics, and then whatever, you know, anybody wanted to request it or whatever. But then I would teach Texas folk dance to the group, which would include the Cotton Eye Joe and the Schottish and the waltz and a 10-count polka. So this is a song that I wrote to be able, and we put out an album called Dallas Dance. And so this was on the album, and this is the song I wrote for a 10-count polka. It's called Texas Promenade. I've written a number of songs about Texas. We all love Texas. When the moon was over, summer stores in Texas. Porch lights glimmer softly in the night. The place you'll find every mother's son next is promenade. This girl on the dance floor looking right. When you learn to do the polka down in Texas, you grab that gal and make another day. Heel don't step, heel toe, let's go right for you know. Across the Lone Star State is a Texas promenade. You don't have to be country to dance in Texas. Just loosen up and then you'll have it made. You don't have to live in the Lone Star State to polka, but you gotta have Texas in your heart to promenade. When you learn to do the polka down in Texas, grab that gal and make another day. Heel don't step, heel toe, let's go round for you know. Across the Lone Star State, Texas promenade. When you learn to do the polka down in Texas, you grab that gal and make another day. Heel don't step, heel toe, let's go round for you know. Across the Lone Star State, Texas promenade. Thank you very much. So we were called Texas Fantasy. And besides doing conventions and stuff in Dallas, and we also toured the Southwest and Louisiana and Oklahoma.
That's so much fun.
That was back when you could make some money as a touring band and not actually a name and act, you know.
I feel like now I want to scrap your palm reading and have you teach us all how to polka. It's like, how does one, we should learn.
I was hoping to see it.
I know, yeah.
It's so upbeat and fun. Our new song is also upbeat and fun.
Hey.
It's called Clip Clop. It's about horses. So the way that the feet go, I thought they went doo 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 doo.
There you go.
That's
the song.
good. Yeah.
So wait, where were you watching horses?
A park. They just showed up. We were walking down, like, we were taking our walk. I don't know. I've never seen horses at a park with kids screaming in the background. It felt really beautiful to watch. And so you just want to be a part of whatever the horses are doing. They just look like they're having so much fun. And so I sang along to their beat.
It's beautiful, I love it.
Just made me think about it with dancing. Their feet go I hear the children rock from side to side. Maybe they're saying, I might fly, but I will try to go down. Rounds inside, I'm like back, and now I'm singing.
It's a gift, you know, you just take it as they come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you sing it for the horses though? That's the question. Like, were you sitting in front of your guitar?
I was sitting with the same person I sang Orange Midnight with,
Yeah.
and on a different day. And he said, "You should write that down." I like that. And so I was just singing it to the horses. I didn't plan on making it anything.
That's cute. I love it. It's so fun. Let's tell you now, I have to play something happy and upbeat. Some years ago, I don't know what they wish could last forever. I don't know about you guys. These songs for me usually happen also in accordance with heart. You know, a beautiful moment of creation, beautiful moments hanging out with beautiful people like yourself. So, how do I play it? It's called 100 Years. It's another awkward dance song. I don't know if the polka goes with it, because I don't know how to polka yet. But Barbe, you're going to solve that problem for us, right? Barb's going to teach us how to polka. I like to think of the purpose in this ballet. but you make me wanna fall down. I like to think I love you, she's trying too fast to snooze. My steps are always quicker, but I'm slowing down for you. You make me stop to take a breath. Everybody together, just breathe with me. Just like to see who will hold it, you know? Just like to see who will follow directions. Make sure you always follow through. And there is not a word that tastes as lovely to me as your name. And 'cause I don't know what's good, but I like to stay with you for 100 years with you. You turn my pulse into a song, and I'm scared to death when I face all my fears for you. I know it shouldn't be that easy, but it's not hard to be I swore I'd never grace the grounds of kings, but you make me wanna fall down. I like to think out the purpose and head it straight to you. Thanks for breathing with me. That was beautiful. It makes you think about how many times in a day you actually hold your breath, though. Anybody else ever in like a yoga class and you're like, inhale, exhale, don't forget to breathe, and you're like, oh, I actually wasn't breathing.
I actually do this breathing exercise that's supposed to lower your blood pressure.
It does.
And you breathe in 4 counts, you hold it for 6 counts, and then you breathe out for 8. And then you do that for a while, and that's supposed to lower your blood pressure 10 points.
Do you guys want to get really nerdy with this for a second? Are you on that level? Are you ready? Can we go deep together? I'm seeing a lot of apprehensive looks. They're like, no, thank you. Breathing deeply and counting like that actually stops what's called the HPA axis, like your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. It forces you to not be in a state of fight or flight. So it not only lowers your blood pressure, but it lowers your gut and skin response, and slows your heart rate, and makes you feel healthier. So breathe deeply, really right. Breathe deeply. Barb, what do you have for us?
Okay, I had a request to do this song. I wrote this back in October, and I think it really speaks for itself. I like to sing it as much as I can. Oh, Heavenly Father, protect all your people. Shield them from danger, provide for the needful. Let your love shine like stars in the night, and gently pour on each Israelite. Oh God the Father, we call to you in the Statue of Liberty to the Golden Gate. We lift up our voices and admonish the hate. We pray for a plan of peace and the strength to fight, Lord, and to find your love a guiding light. Oh God the Father, we call to you in prayer on behalf of the people of Israel. Give them strength to prevail. Oh, hear our prayer of peace for Israel.
It's interesting to be up here with people I feel articulate your emotions so well, because I feel like a part of the writing process is to find out what I'm trying to say and what I'm feeling, because in your song, I keep a sunny disposition. I will turn anything into something that I don't have to change, handle, fix, and it's just good. Everything is good. And I'd say I lean a lot on books to give me the words, give me the feelings that I would like to always feel. It's still hard. So it's really nice to hear the backgrounds to your stories.
Oh yeah. Do you feel that, like, do you have that experience where when you pick up an instrument, like, you don't necessarily know what you're feeling as you're playing through your chords? Because you said that you tend to, like, start with a riff or start with something and start with maybe a melody and then the words start to come. Do you feel like that's almost like a channel to the emotion?
Yeah, there's never a melody. I'll choose 4 chords and I'll find a strumming pattern I like, and it might change, but the words, they come anyway, and then I'll read them afterwards, and then realize, oh, that's a lot deeper than I thought. That's more than I'd like to handle still, so I'll just sing it instead.
It can be hard. I feel like it's hard to lie in a song. You know? Like,
It wouldn't be a very good one.
right, but then you start writing, you start playing, you start singing, and even if you think you don't know what you feel, all of a sudden the words are there, and you're like, oh, maybe that's what I was feeling.
And then maybe it's just a good song. So this one is inspired by my favorite book. It's called Inkheart. It's translated from German. It's a lovely fantasy book. And it's about books coming to life. And when I read, I feel like I put myself in the books. So in a way, they come to life because I'll bring them up somewhere to explain something. Breathing and looking around. Hoping to find something to go around. Next time's all lost tonight. Saw the sun, left it to rise on its own. Alone on its own. Distant lover in the moonlight. Flowers will take the light from sea. Falling petals made a smile to me. On its own. Tonight, acting inspired by flowers looking, I don't see. Falling petals made a smile to me.
Inker. Oh, so you named it after the book? Of course. I love that. Can we have a round of applause for these two lovely ladies? We're not done yet. Selfishly, I like to do these things just because it means that I get to kind of come to a concert of awesome music. Are you guys having fun at this concert of awesome music? Do you guys mind if I play you a new one? Is that cool? Can I play you a new song? So I'm going to pull the audience and the singers up here. Does anybody else in the audience suffer from overachiever syndrome? Anybody else? Just me? Yes? See? Hold my pie. My favorite thing is when I ask the audience a question and everybody starts to move their hands and they look awkwardly around. Like if I raise my hand, is anybody going to notice? Barb, did you hold your hand up? Barb, do you also?
I'm not an overachiever.
You're not an overachiever?
Definitely.
What's that like? Tell me. I think, and I say overachiever syndrome, right? Because I think we live in a really interesting society. When I'm not playing music, I teach music, which means I spend half of my time with teenagers who are applying to college, or college students who are applying to life, and which is a very complicated application process, in case you're wondering. And they spend a lot of time talking about what they're going to put on their resumes and whether or not they're worthy. And I definitely feel like the universe gives you people in your life to show you your own faults. And I'm one of those people. I'm definitely one of those people who's like, if I just do more things or get more stuff on my resume, life will be easier, it'll be better, right? And I tell you all of this to confess, first of all, to workaholism, and secondly, to tell you that I think that's a myth. I don't think it's real.
Well, you could just be like a politician and just make it up.
It's really a shame to
make it
have a conscience that doesn't let you do that. It would be so much easier. I'm going to pull up these lyrics just so that I don't screw them up. But I got to thinking about this, about how easy it can be, right, to use the things that we accomplish as like the source of our value. This is deeper than you signed up for on a Thursday night. But I think that we can do this. I think we can attach our value to things outside of ourselves. I think that can be kind of dangerous, right? And I don't know, I sat down with the piano and I started playing this little riff, and I thought, why do we do that to ourselves? And I don't necessarily have the answer to that question, but this song is based on that. So if you are in the struggle of like, I just have to do more, I feel you, I'm in it with you. And you too need to learn to stop and take a breath and give yourself grace to rest. Let this be your sign. This is called I Still Could Be Good. Just fall upon the floor, shelf close to the liquor store. Thought you might be proud, but you never came. My face is a wreath of wrinkles, my smile is a row of teeth. Let the sparkle to you, but you never lit the flame. Like you reminded me of the things I like. I think I gave you something I can't get back. I gave away something that you can't get back. And now the ghost of me is all I have. So who am I to be asking you? Go and show me proof and I'll show that I still could be good. If you were always asking me to be your divinity, I can't fulfill, but I still could be good. Barb, what introspective journey do you have for us? How deep into our emotions are we getting?
Well, I'm going to do a story song and get away from the emotions. How's that?
I don't, see, I want to push back on that though. I think story songs also have emotions.
Well, I found myself in the folky world, and I'd never written a story song before. And so I thought, I need to write some story songs. And around all these folkies that are writing all these stories. He was writing about tornadoes and women with snakes and, stuff like that. And I can't let that get by me. I've got to write a story song. Harry's writing about the lady of the lake at White Rock Lake.
And Everclear
stuff, so I did a little research when I was growing up in Pleasant Grove. As kids, used to hang out. We used to go to the woods. Back in our day, we could be gone all day, and our parents would never worry about us. And there were a bunch of woods near where I grew up, and us kids would go and we'd hang out all day and walk the creek and everything. There was a cemetery near there, and it was overgrown. You couldn't really tell who was there, but rumor had it that Belle Starr was buried there. So I thought, well, so we always talked about Belle Starr. We thought Belle Starr would be buried there, and then also Sam Bass was supposed to be buried there. Well, I thought, okay, I want to do a ghost song because Harry's done his ghost song. So I'm going to write a ghost story song about Belle Starr. So I started doing the research. She's not buried there. She never was. But she did live at a time near there, right down the street in a town called Saline, which was between Pleasant Grove and Mesquite, near the Military Road, which is now Military Parkway. So, but Sam Bass wasn't buried there, so he's like buried somewhere down in South Texas or something. So she's buried in Oklahoma, on one of the Indian reservations. So up near the Canadian River in Oklahoma. So anyway, I wrote this story song, and it's got so many words to it, I can't memorize them all yet. Eventually I might.
Yeah, thank you, River. Barbara's going to come back and have a rap for us. That's all the words.
In the land of the blazing sun, the legend arose about a woman outlaw with a spirit strong and bold, full of mystery are her fierce and daring eyes. Belle Starr is her name, and she rides on through the sky. Ghost of Belle Starr, the hour queen, a halo of light neath the pale moon's gleam. Oh, the ghost of Belle Starr, she's rising again, a haunting trace on a whisper of wind. She grew up in the Ozarks in a time of civil war. Her brother rode with one trail, found a bullet in '64, forced to flee the violence from her farm and field of green. $5 grand in hand, Jim's best friend, the bear, Sam Bush, I heard tell. Sam was killed on the Canadian while Bill was still in jail. Bruce Younger went to Colorado and died with nothing left. A hard time to live in the wild and rugged West. From the hills of Oklahoma to rivers rolling bend, Bell's Indian territory, seeking her revenge. On the rustler and the bushwhacker who shot her through and through. She holds a secret that no one ever knew. Who made the ghost of Bellstar, the outlaw queen, a halo of light neath the pale moon's gleam. Oh, the ghost of Bellstar, she's riding again, a haunting trace on a whisper of wind. On a fantasy through the shadow she glides, dressed in velvet black attire without every star. Young Maria, Darcy Knox joined her on her ride from the Creek Nation to where they haunt our Texas skies. In the echo of the past, where the prairie winds a wail, Bell's apparition is a legendary tale, haunting yellow trains where once she rode so free, a spirit of frontier for eternity. Rides the ghost of Bellstar, the outlaw queen, a halo of light neath the pale moon's gleam. Oh, the ghost of Bellstar, she's riding again, a haunting trace on a whisper of wind. A haunting trace on a whisper of wind.
That was beautiful.
So Barb, if people in the audience are sitting here thinking, wow, Barbe McMillen is fantastic, and need more of her music, where is the best place for people to find you? How can they search you up?
On YouTube, every Wednesday night, Dallas Songwriters has an open mic that we do on Zoom. And we play all of our songs there. And Harry records that and puts them up on YouTube. And so we have Dallas Songwriters Association official channel on YouTube. And there you can find me singing most every Wednesday night, along with Harry and Keith, who's here tonight, and Alan Larson and Bill Martin and Ace Calendar and
Emmeline.
Have you joined us?
I have been there too.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So YouTube, Barbe McMillen. You guys, let's give Barbe one more round of applause.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's new. It's repetitive.
The only
blind over and over again. I'm over and over and over again. I'm over uncomfy. I pretend I'm over and over. It's real. You pretend over and over again. So Charlie, people in the audience, I'm mesmerized. Where's the best place for them to find your music? Where can they look up all the cool artists that you're going on?
Most of my music is on YouTube. I keep it updated there, but if you want to hear some new stuff, I'm more active on Instagram, which is just Charlie Grei.
Wait, can you spell it?
Can I spell it?
Yeah, you should probably spell it.
CHARLEE, so there's EGREI.
Yay! One more time for Charlie Grei. Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Have you had a pretty good time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, excellent. Me too. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. One of the things that's not lost on me is that we get to stand on the stage. It's especially not lost on me after COVID, because I don't know about the songwriters up here, but I certainly spent a lot of time on live streams where I waited. I'd play a song and I'd wait awkwardly when it was done for the little hearts to fly up the side of the screen. And that is a really good way to learn humility as a songwriter. So it's really nice to be here with you live and in person. And we're so grateful to the amazing staff of Opening Bell for having us every third Thursday. Can we hear a round of applause for Opening Bell?
Hey, Mom, thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, special thanks to Sophie and Whit for running sound and giving everyone drinks. Do we have time for one more? Can we throw one more together? Fantastic. I know that we have some singers in the audience. I know this because I have some choir members of mine that are in the audience. So this song ends in a sing-along. Do you guys feel like you've had enough caffeine at this point that you're willing to sing along?
Let's sing along.
Yeah. I love the mix of enthusiasm and skepticism that's happening. Fantastic. This song is called Empire, and I told you guys that I teach. And the fun thing about teaching music is when you get to teach high school students, half of what you do is music and half of it is just life. You know? Which is a good lesson that music really is life. And I had a 16-year-old girl wander into my studio. And she was like, I just want you to know before we start our lesson that I broke up with my boyfriend today. And I was like, we're not going to do a lot of music today. This is not going to be a music thing. And so I said, I'm really sorry. She goes, oh, I'm not. I broke up with him. And I was like, girl power. Way to go. And she goes, yeah, I feel pretty good about it, but I'm worried that my dad's going to be really disappointed when I tell him. And I started to think of every dad that I've ever met with a 16-year-old girl, and I was like, I don't think he'll be disappointed. I think you're going to be
Probably happy.
right? I think he might tell you that he's sad for you to go in the kitchen and do a little celebratory polka dance. It's the way I envision polka going, in case any of you wonder. But she was like, but that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to find a partner and I don't know, buy a house and get a dog and have a minivan. And I was like, do you want a minivan? She was like, no. I was like, do you want a partner? And she was like, well, I didn't want that one. I was like, that was obvious. But it got me thinking about how society tells us a lot about what we're supposed to have, right? And I think especially on social media, we can take all those supposed to's as our own and feel like, okay, I need this to be happy. I need this to be fulfilled. I need this to do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. But I think that the only real supposed to's live inside of us. And I think everything that we need to chase those supposed to's also lives inside of us. So this song is about that. And yeah, if there's something on your heart that you've been wanting to do, but you're not sure if you can do it or if you thing on stage, right? Where we come and we share our souls with you. And the reason we get to do that is because people like you were kind enough to come and see us. So thanks for making live music part of your week. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to share with you. It really is the reason that we make music. And it's a really beautiful thing that you're willing to receive that. So, for example, I've settled into a life now. I run at midnight through town. It's pretty cottages with tree lights shining down. I've got a new sense of wonder. I've got a new peace of mind. I've learned that bruises are scars that fade over time. And you're less than a shadow, and I'm stronger than most days. Most days are not paths that should check in. I'm not names to be given. I am meant for more than a hand to be holding, more than a heart to be broken. I am I do whatever I want. I wriggle sheets on both sides, and all the things that used to be ours are mine. I've got a dog and a future. I've got nothing. I've learned that it's never too late to follow a dream. You're less than a ghost now, and I'll figure this all out someday. Someday, I'm not a box that should check in. I'm not names to be given. I am more than a hand to be Opening up coffee, everybody to sing along with me. You don't even need to know the words. There's not really a word. It's just oh, and it goes like this. You ready? It goes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's it. Whoa, whoa, Opening that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Emmeline. This is Charlee Grei. This is Barbe McMillen. If you liked what you heard, please come up. We're friendly. Come say hi, shake hands. Thank you guys so very much for making us part of your weekend. We do this every third Thursday here with Opening About Coffee, the Dallas Songwriters Association, in conjunction with D-Bell Radio. So come back, hang out with us. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. It's been an honor and a pleasure.